Okay, thank you so much for joining me here at the live desk. Here in the newsroom at KCTV5, we are tracking some breaking news. You can see that here on your screen. We just heard from KCPD as they are investigating a homicide at 45th in South Benton. That happened earlier this afternoon, and we just heard from them, and I do want to take a listen in to what officers are saying with KCPD.
Here to 45th and South Benton on a shooting call. When they arrived, they were directed to an adult male shooting victim who was down in the street unresponsive. Officers rendered aid to that victim and summoned EMS to the scene here. EMS transported that victim to the hospital. Unfortunately, he was declared deceased at the hospital after medical treatment. Preliminary indication is that the victim had interaction in the street with a suspect or a subject of interest. That subject of interest remained here at the scene until officers arrived. Officers did take that subject into custody for further investigation. And that person remains in custody right now and is being talked to by detectives. Detectives are here at the scene, as well as crime scene investigators. They're processing all of the evidence to give the detectives a better idea, more details about what led up to the interaction and the victim being shot. They will also be speaking with that subject of interest that's in custody right now. We are already in touch with prosecutors in regard to this, as we are in almost all homicide cases. Prosecutors have the opportunity to work with detectives early on in cases especially like this, where someone is in custody, so that they can help the detectives to direct their investigation in the best way possible for the most efficient outcome and effective outcome for them to make potential charging decisions and have all the information that they need. So that's where we are at this point in time. It is still early in the investigation, but we are thankful that the person is in custody and that we're able to continue our investigation further, and detectives are not searching for any additional persons of interest, and believes to be no further active threat to the surrounding area here. We also had there were several people, out. It's a warmer day, but there's a lot of people out this afternoon. We talked to several people on the block here that were out and about, and so that's promising for detectives as they go about their business of investigating and seeking justice for a victim, and ultimately enforcing the laws that are applicable in this case. Having the community out here and speaking with detectives and being part of this, that helps bring justice for that community as well. And that's a key piece to what we're hoping to do out here, every day and every time we're called to a situation like this. You got any questions? Yeah.
Were there officers on patrol in the area? I know this is an area that, especially in the past few weeks, has received a lot of calls for service.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the calls. I'd have to look at the specifics on that. We have officers on patrol across the whole city, and that's that's part of our normal patrol deployment. So there are officers out here in all parts of the city that are ready to answer calls for service, whatever they might be, for a shooting or something less serious. So yeah, these were officers that patrol this area on the regular. As far as exactly where they were when the call came in, I don't have that exact information though. So.
Are there any indication both subject and victim lived in the neighborhood?
Yeah, not sure. So that is one of the things detectives will be working on. That's one of the key pieces to an investigation like this, is the identity of deceased victim. And then if they lived here, were visiting someone here, or exactly, kind of what took place before that. So they'll be working on that this afternoon with the medical examiner along with crime scene investigators to work on that identification, yeah.
Will Partners for Peace be providing services to victims' families?
Yeah, I don't want to say yes for sure, but we work with Partners for Peace on every one of our homicide cases. And they're there to help identify gaps in resources, whether it's for the community, for affected families, for victims, for witnesses even, all of those types of situations. Yes, Partners for Peace is they are a staple in every one of our homicide investigations, and each one is different. So I don't know for sure what will be needed in this case, but they're there to help us identify needs and fill those as needed.
Right now, I do want to take a look at the
Adult,
scene
I
as
didn't-
crews are still investigating. You can see there is a large police presence, and they are investigating that homicide that happened at 45th and South Benton earlier this afternoon. And I do just want to give you a breakdown again of what happened. We do know that an adult male was killed. We don't know their identity right now or what may have led up to this shooting, but we do know that a person of interest remained at that scene and was later taken into custody by police. Police are not looking for any other suspects right now, and they do not believe that there is a threat to the community, but still there are a lot of questions right now as the identity of the person arrested and their relationship to the person killed has not yet been released. But I do want to take a look at where this puts us on the number of homicides so far this year. We're in July of 2023, and according to KCPD, you can see that here on your screen. As of earlier today, we were at 105 homicides. As of right now, this now puts us at 106 homicides. And again, we are only in the 7th month of 2023. You can see we ended the year of 2022 with 170 and 157 in 2021. Taking another look at that video, one last look at that video, as we just heard from officials with KCPD, the suspect is in custody for further investigation. I think that is the biggest takeaway with this homicide right now. They do not believe that there is a threat to the community, so they are not looking for any other suspects at this time. But we are still waiting for more information to come in, and as soon as we have the latest details, we'll be sure to keep you all posted on air and online. Again, I am Janae Hancock here at the live desk, and I just wanted to update you all on the 106th homicide in Kansas City so far this year. As always, we are preparing for our 4 p.m. newscast, so be sure to tune in to that. And also make sure to download the KCTV5 News app so you have instant notifications, especially regarding situations like this. I'm going to give you guys a live shot overlooking the city right now as we continue to prepare for our 4 p.m. newscast.